Have you ever been studying or simply hanging out with friends, or even doing anything that requires any kind of energy, and suddenly you are tired? How do we fix this? The simple answer is caffeine. About 85% of Americans are surveyed to drink caffeine every day. But what exactly is caffeine, and how does it make our brains work differently?
Let's take a look at what most people think caffeine does to our body and brains.
Hey Andy, what do you think caffeine does to your brain? Well, most people believe that you will see a day and night change when you drink caffeine or ingest caffeine. That's not necessarily true. So let's take a deeper look into what caffeine does to our brains to truly understand the effects that it has on our body. Caffeine is known to be the world's most popular drugs that can be found in more than 60 plants around the world, but it can also be synthetically created. Although the most popularized version of caffeine is used in commercial products such as coffee, sodas, and energy drinks, caffeine is commonly used in medications for colds. Caffeine is a psychoactive drug that stimulates the central nervous system of the body, which includes the brain. The molecule of caffeine is classified as a methylxanthine. Methylxanthine is a unique class of drugs that are derived from xanthine, which is derived naturally from plants. Contributor to sleepiness is adenosine. But what is adenosine? Let's take a look. Throughout the day, cells in the body break down energy to create adenosine triphosphate. The breakdown of adenosine triphosphate is adenosine. But what is adenosine? Adenosine is a molecule that is steadily released throughout your body as you burn energy throughout the day. Adenosine binds to receptors in neurons that signal needed sleep. But how does adenosine relate to caffeine? Notice that caffeine and adenosine have a very similar structure, making it easy for caffeine to take the place of adenosine and adenosine receptor. Let's take a closer look at how exactly this happens. The blue Play-Doh will represent caffeine, while the red represents adenosine, and the green the receptors of adenosine. Here's an example of what adenosine and receptor binding in neurons looks like. To a similar structure, you can see that caffeine can take the place of the adenosine structures in the receptors temporarily.
Well, then how do we go back to normal? Let's see.
Once your body begins to break down the caffeine, the adenosine takes its place back, originating to the state of sleepiness you were once in. Let's go back to the treadmill example to debunk this optical illusion that your mind creates. Remember one thing, caffeine does not create energy. Instead, caffeine temporarily blocks adenosine and receptor binding to make you feel more awake than you truly